Yo, what's up everyone? I'm the Liupei Pierre. So one of these is the new Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. You guys are just gonna have to guess. Because ultimately, it's all about the image, right? 4K, 8K, log, that's all cool, that's all nice. But how does it really look? Which one do you actually like? In terms of sound, we're using the Ace Pro 2's audio because there's a new feature called voice enhancement. So you'll be able to hear directly straight into the camera. How does it sound? Does it sound good? Nothing attached to me, no external mics, nothing. What do you guys think about the sound? Of course, we're gonna be testing high dynamic range, low light, and then at the very end, which one did you guys actually like the most? All three cameras are set to its most linear mode. The only thing I changed was on the Ace Pro 2 from auto wind reduction to voice enhancement. Everything else is default, straight out of camera. What do you guys think?
The camera on the left to me looks soft. The camera in the middle is super sharp. The camera on the right is like in between.
我目前最喜欢左边的，因为我觉得皮肤很嫩很白的感觉，中间跟右边的颗粒感都比较重一点。
Bubbles! Look at all these bubbles! I guarantee this guy thinks like, okay, this is for kids, not for adults like you. This is to test. The sun's right behind me, so high dynamic range.
I'm liking the coloring on the one in the middle the most. It just looks the most clear. Now on this shot, I like the left one with the sun behind you.
但也比较锐利一点，
中间的，
对，中间的比较锐利，对，这中间的比较细节啦。你看胡子的细节这边是有出来，最右边的我觉得表现不错，就中规中矩，它没有特别不好，特别好，对，因为它很让你很放心。
Need the left center.
You like the center? You like the
left?
I'm between left and right, but I think left.
Left and right, I feel more bright.
Yeah, left and right. Yeah.
Center for me.
左右的话，这两个其实蛮近的，可能要放大看一下。右边的话，如果细节没这么好的话，我觉得可能会以左边的为主。但有时候会放大嘛，会裁切嘛，所以我其实会想要知道说，如果它放在1080上面会长什么样子，就是那个能不能放大这件事情，我是在意的。所以，但这个中间这台我觉得不行，太曝光，然后就是它不好用，因为它很多的场刚刚又太暗，然后这边又太亮，它不让你没办法信任它。
我觉得右边太暗了。
Okay, too dark.
左边或中间。
左边或中间 ，OK。
好像还是左边，因为它的颜色比较鲜明的感觉。
Okay. Mom, that's 170, so heavy.
This one looks quite a bit darker. The middle and the left.
Middle and the left?
For overcast.
So it's overcast.
Yeah, I like these, the left and the center. Right looks a little bit dark. Here's a great example of whatever these cameras are doing. This one, the sky is blown out. Detail in the sky, detail in the sky. And if we look at like down into skin tones here, you're getting more dynamic range on these ones right here for whatever mode, HDR or whatever. But these two files on the outside are technically better because you're getting more dynamic range. You can see details in the clouds. You can see about the same exposure on the skin here. Look at how soft your skin is here. Look at how sharp and detailed your skin is here.
Your skin is soft too.
Yeah. Like I can see the detail of your hair. I can like your mustache here. It almost looks like I can see the dots of your hairs growing out. Here it's just kind of a shade. It's just kind of a shadow.
Okay.
So I really like this.
Maybe 我喜欢右边一点点，因为它比较自然。对，但左边的话，我觉得比较讨喜，就是它更能直接使用，因为它亮度什么，你看这个它还是稍微暗了一点点，我右边暗了一点，对，所以我觉得后期要加的东西。那左边的话，我觉得它更多是可以直接使用。我的情境会是我日常使用，就是我不是在工作。对，我如果直接要用的话，我可能会选最左边这台，因为我觉得它很放心的交给他，它不影响运动相机的使用。我觉得运动相机就应该这样，就是你拿到的东西是可以直接使用的。
Now it's really dark. I think the left is the more consistent.
Yeah.
It went the one in the middle it was very dark at the beginning.
The white, I feel like make it bright too much. The white parts, like when you have in the face a bright, it's like too white.
The left is the most expensive.
Okay, not the middle one anymore. You can't even see it anymore. And the left one, the colors are still clear. They're not like washed out like the on the right, and then the one in the middle you just can't see anything. I think I would choose the one on the left.
All the cameras that can do low light, I put it into low light mode.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can see what's what, and I'm impressed with the sharpness of center.
Oh, okay.
Which is I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the low light on this one much better. This one looks like it's struggling still, but still obviously way better than the center. Center camera. Center camera is like unusable in this scenario. Whereas this, like if you were filming a story with this, like I still see who you are, what you're doing, obviously can hear you, can see you, and that's like the most important. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Like that's really important. And these two are way outshining. It's not even close.
我当然觉得左边比较好，但如果颜色来讲，右边的现在脸的颜色比较好，所以比较喜欢右边的颜色，但比较喜欢左边的整体都比较好，它完胜，它没有一些奇怪的东西，中间已经看不到。
如果是我的话，我还是选左边。
左边 ，OK。Can you guys guess ready? Is it obvious? The camera in the middle is the GoPro Hero 13. The camera on the right is the Osmo Action 5. And the camera on the left is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. So what did you guys think? Which one did you guys actually like the most? Did you guys choose the Ace Pro 2? Or did you guys choose the Action 5? Thanks to my friends for sharing your thoughts. Now, before I start, I do need to mention that I have a financial relationship with Insta360. So this is more of an enthusiastic overview rather than an actual review. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, that's a strawberry. So let's take a look at what's in the box. This is the dual battery bundle version. When we open the box, we're greeted with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, but let's put that to the side first. All right, let's take all these things out. And the first thing we have right here are just some quick start guides and stickers. Cool. For the accessories, we have a USB-C to USB-C cable, a standard magnetic mount, a mic cap. The battery is also the same physical size as the first generation Ace Pro battery. However, it's now upgraded to a bigger 1800 milliamp hour, giving it up to 180 minutes of battery life. The Ace Pro 2 looks almost exactly the same as the Ace Pro 1. The only difference is right here. The big chin. This chin right here is actually a removable wind guard. That means that in windy conditions, we have a physical accessory that can block out the wind. So if I decide to take it underwater, I can just pop out the wind guard and put in the mic cap. The only other notable physical difference is the flip out touchscreen. It's now a bigger 2.5-inch flip out touchscreen with 70% increase in pixel density and 6% increase in brightness. My action camera of choice was the Ace Pro 1 because it fit most of my needs, whether it's daylight, indoors, or low light. But it wasn't perfect. With the Ace Pro 2, Insta360 was able to address most of the issues. But first, let's take a look at what the Ace Pro was really good at, and that's low light. Now, the original Ace Pro had a new 5nm AI chip, which allows it to have noise reduction in its own specific low light mode called Pure Video. It can go up to 4K 30. But with the Ace Pro 2, along with that 5nm AI chip, there's an extra chip called the Pro Imaging chip. This allows the Pure Video to go up to 4K 60, and at 4K 30, it can have this new Pure Video Plus, which is even better low light. Now, just for your reference, this is the Osmo Action 5. It's the first time that it had any sort of low light mode called Super Night. Can you tell the difference? What do you guys think? All right, now we're about to go into some really, really insane low light to let you see how it can actually perform. So we have the Ace Pro first generation with its Pure Video, which is already, honestly, it's such a good low light mode. I personally think it's already better than the new Osmo Action 5 Super Night mode. And now it's comparing with the new Ace Pro 2 and Pure Video Plus. So how does it look? Does the Pure Video Plus look cleaner than the original Ace Pro Pure Video? To be honest, I would never, ever, ever use my cameras like this. This is way too dark, even for my A7S III. So I would more likely use this like this. So I'd probably use the street lamp and I use it like this. So in terms of just normal street lights, which one looks the best? Which one do you guys like? And because of the new dual AI chips, now HDR could go up to 4K 60. And now 8K is upgraded from 24 frames a second to now 30 frames a second. Now you can't really tell too big of a difference, but the biggest difference is the field of view. You can tell that with the Ace Pro 1, it's a little bit more narrow, whereas with the Ace Pro 2, it's a little bit wider field of view. This right now, they're both on linear. But when we switch to the widest field of view at 8K, on the Ace Pro 1, this is an Ultra. Ace Pro 2, the new Mega field of view, which looks not just way better, not as distorted, but a lot more wide. I did use 8K, not that much, only because it was a little too tight, so I had to really extend my arm out a lot more. Whereas now, because of this upgraded sensor, we have a wider field of view. So now this upgraded sensor is a new 8K 1/1.3 inch sensor. And with that new upgraded sensor, we also have an upgraded field of view. So right now you're looking at the Ace Pro 1 at 4K 30 action field of view. This is 151 degree field of view. Let's take a look at the Action 5. This right here is even wider at 155 degree field of view. You can really tell. However, with the Ace Pro 2, you have 157 degree field of view, 2 extra degrees. I think the biggest difference that you can really tell if we're comparing first gen to second gen is that first gen, it feels a little bit more squeezed, whereas the second gen, you see how we have a lot more top and bottom. So Ace Pro 2 and Action 5 are about the same in terms of left and right, but in top and bottom, look, ready? Ace Pro 2, we have even more. Now at the bottom, that is Action 5, and we have more for the Ace Pro 2. And just like the Ace Pro 1, if you want to punch into something real quick, then I can double tap clarity zoom. Now this works because of the 8K sensor. I'm punching in 2 times, but I'm still maintaining a 4K image. So for reference, this is clarity zoom. And this is my normal 4K image with a digital 2x zoom. So now let's get to the problems with the Ace Pro first generation. First one, audio. Now, as you heard from the test footage on the Ace Pro 2, there's a new audio pickup pattern called voice enhancement, which just enhances your voice. But this is straight out of camera. A big thing that a lot of people were asking, especially people who ride motorcycles, was USB-C direct connection into the Ace Pro 2 instead of using, the separate mic attachment. I'm very happy to say the Ace Pro 2 does in fact support USB-C microphone connection.
At the time of recording, the pre-production firmware did not support USB-C mic input. However, now with the newest pre-production firmware, this is the DJI Mic 2, plug this in, and you can see directly the mic icon shows up. So I take it out, and it's gone. This right here is the Hollyland Lark M2, the USB-C version. Plug this directly in, it'll show up an icon. I can press charge only. And there it is, the microphone icon. And you can see levels top here. Look at this tiny package, it's insane. This is tiny. Look at this.
And this is just a quick test. We have the Lark M2 connected on me. It's tiny. And you see, I'm really far, right? I can keep going, I can close this door as well. Let's see if you guys can still hear me. So this is literally the USB-C receiver connected directly into the Ace Pro 2. And then I have the tiny transmitter on here. Honestly, I really wish that I had this newest pre-production firmware during the review. But unfortunately, I didn't. So I had to put the hot shoe, the mic adapter, the DJI Mic 2, along with like the 3.5 audio jack. It was just, this is way better. This is definitely way better.
Honestly, I really wish I had this setup during the actual review. But the good thing is that it works. Yes.
The next problem, I labeled it as action ready because at the end of the day, this is an action camera. It needs to take a beating. So what were some of the problems with the Ace Pro 1? As some of you may have known, the removable lens guard or lack thereof. Now with the Ace Pro 2, that's right, removable lens guard. Another thing is action cameras, obviously you have to use outdoors, and a lot of people will wear sunglasses when it's really sunny. However, with polarized sunglasses, you couldn't really see the screen on the Ace Pro 1. But with the Ace Pro 2, that also has been fixed. And some other action-ready features include waterproof up to 12 meters, and with the dive case, it can go up to 60 meters. However, I do think that the coolest thing about this camera being action-ready is the removable wind guard. Because when we're actually doing any sort of action sports, it's honestly kind of rare to be wearing a wireless mic. So we want the audio straight from the action camera to be good. Now with this removable lens guard, I keep saying lens guard. Now with this removable wind guard, it can block out most of the wind physically, which will be better than any AI wind blocking thing. Do you guys hear the wind noise? How's it sound? Good? Do you guys hear the wind noise? How's it sound? Good? Do you guys hear the wind noise? How's it sound? Good? A thing to note though, the removable wind guard is not waterproof. However, it does come with a separate mic cap. So if you do decide to use it underwater, then you just pop this off and put that mic cap on. Next problem with the Ace Pro first generation really affected me, and I would categorize this as vlogging. Now, what I mean by this is the focus distance. If you've used the Ace Pro 1 or you've seen any review online, then you know that a lot of people have talked about the focusing distance being too far back. So I'm gonna stand in the exact same spot and you can compare. This is the Ace Pro 1 and this is the Ace Pro 2. We are both at 4K 30 with HDR on, and I've turned the sharpness down to low. So you'll be able to see which one is more in focus. Now I'm gonna get closer. So this is the Ace Pro 2. Am I more in focus? Ace Pro 1. How does it look? This is now at arm's length. Can you tell that the Ace Pro 2 has a closer focusing distance? Now this is what they told me. I haven't really tested it out yet, so this will be also the first time that I'm seeing this. I'll get closer. How's this look? Again, sharpness is at low. Another problem with the Ace Pro 1 was the color. There was no 10-bit and no log. So what you're looking at, the most that I could do was flat profile. So this is flat profile, and then once a little bit color corrected, this is what you get. Now with the Ace Pro 2, although there's no 10-bit still, there is a new log profile called iLog. So what you're looking at right now, this is straight up log. This is super, super, super flat. And now once color corrected, this is what it looks like. Just for reference, this right here is the Osmo Action 5. I put noise reduction as well as texture down to -2. And this is at D-Log M, 10-bit. Insta360 will also have its own iLog LUT. So once you put that on, it should be able to revert that to Rec 709. So in terms of color grading, I'm actually interested in how much we can actually push the colors. Because technically 10 bits should be able to push the colors more. However, with this iLog being so flat, I wonder if this can actually push it to where I'd say 90% of users can be able to use it. In terms of pricing, we have the standard and the double battery pack right here. I personally would choose the double battery pack because it's only a little bit more expensive, but you get an extra battery. If you do decide to purchase, make sure you use my affiliate link below because it helps out the channel. So what do you guys think? Do you think the Ace Pro 2 is worth the upgrade? Or was there something else Insta360 was missing that you were hoping would come to the Ace Pro 2? Leave a comment. All right. 你最棒.
I think center is GoPro, this one is Ace Pro 2, and this one is Action 5
Yep.
Pro.
You got it. Yep.